All right, well, Future Scott here is jumping in at the beginning of this video because I wanted to add a little update quick before this one that I actually recorded a couple days ago. Hi, Banjo. Yes, Banjo is here helping me. Okay, so I just wanted to update that there's a lot of exciting things coming up soon, including we are really close to the 500 subscribers for the new puzzle hunt. And so that will be going up potentially just in a few days. And so keep your eye out for that. And with that puzzle hunt, the winner, the first person who's able to solve it and send me the answer, is going to get one of my puzzles that I've solved before, one of my physical puzzles. So you could get the cast spiral thing, or the all edges jigsaw, or the nosy puzzle, or the hexahedron, or the Calibron 12, which was the puzzle invented by the son of Thomas Edison. So there you go. So the first person to solve the puzzle hunt will get one of those as a prize. And also, anyone else who sends me the solution within, I don't know, we'll say a week, something, will get their name in a drawing, and then I'll pull somebody's name out, and they will also get one of these. So be paying attention for that puzzle hunt. I think it'll be a lot of fun, even if you don't get one of the prizes. Hopefully you'll enjoy doing the puzzles as well. And I've got some other exciting things coming up. Oh, and if you are watching this on November 20th, go check out Rank's live stream. I will leave a link in the description. I am going to be guest solving on Rank's live stream on November 20th. So if you're watching this on the 20th, go watch it. If you're watching this after the 20th, go watch the live stream. It's already done, so it won't be live, but it'll still be on his channel, and I'll have a link to that video down below. So there you go. Now on to today's video and to Past Me. Well, hello again. I'm back with another viewer-submitted puzzle. I do like when people submit puzzles, especially if you have one that you thought was fun and you think I would enjoy solving it, or if you'd like to see me try and solve a puzzle, or if you have one yourself that you like. But if you have another person's puzzle you can recommend, that's great too. It's better than me just taking a shot in the dark at random puzzles that I come across and may or may not be any good. So I appreciate that. So feel free to send them my way if you've got some good puzzles. But today we are looking at one called Toplets, and this is by Dictionary. That's easy to read, but not easy to say, because I want to say Derek and dictionary. Dictionary. There you go. Dictionary. Anyways, this is a puzzle by Dictionary called Toplets, and a toplets is actually a type of matrix. For the non-math people, I'll put a picture over here, but basically a matrix is just sort of like a grid of numbers in a sense, kind of like a Sudoku grid. And in a toplets matrix, all of the digits on the diagonals from the top left to the bottom right have to be the same. It's just a repeated digit along the diagonals. And so you'll see how that comes into play in just a second when we go through the rules, which we're doing now. So rules. Normal Sudoku rules. We have normal arrows. The number in the circle is the sum of the digits along the arrows. We have normal diagonals here. So the sum of all of those digits is going to be this number outside the grid. Same with this one up here. Normal X and V. Digits with V's sum to 5. Digits with an X sum to 10. And then the extra bit is these pink diagonals have to have the smallest amount of distinct digits. So another way to say that would be you have to repeat as much as possible, right? So obviously these two have to be different, but then this one could be a repeat of one of those two, so it would have to be a repeat. Kind of like the toplets matrix where the digits repeat along those diagonals. So, and that's it. That's all the rules. Link in the description as usual. Give it a try yourself. And I have no idea on the difficulty on this one. I guess look at the length of the video. Maybe that'll give you some idea on how difficult the puzzle is. But I'm going to give it a try now, and we'll see how it goes. Reset our timer. So what I'm wondering is, could we just do some algebra here? Because knowing that we have to repeat as much as possible tells me we only have two digits, two different digits on this 19 diagonal, because these two have to be different. This would be a repeat, These two will have to be different, but they're going to have to be repeats of those first two. This one is a repeat of one of those. So you only have two different digits. And so let's call them A and B, right? These are going to have to be A and B. These are A and B. These are A and B. So we have 3 copies of A, 3 copies of B. And then these two have to be A, either 2 A's, 2 B's, or an A and a B. So we're either going to have, one option is 4 A's and 4 B's. But if you do 4A plus 4B equals 19 and try and solve that, you're going to divide by 4. 19 does not divide evenly by 4, so you're not going to end up, it's not going to work, because we need integers, because in a Sudoku grid we don't put decimals or fractions or anything. So it's not going to work that way. So the only other option is that one of them is in here 3 times and one is in here 5 times, because these two are the same. So let's just say A is the one that's in here 5 times. It doesn't really make any difference. So 5A plus 3B equals 19. Well, 5A is going to be a multiple of 5, which has to be 5, 10, or 15. We can't be bigger than 19. We'd be ending up with negative digits, negative numbers. So, well, 15 is going to need 4. So 3B would have to equal 4, which is going to get us, again, not an integer. 10 would be 9, so we could do that. And then 5 would be 14, which does not divide evenly by 3. So it's got to be 10. So 5A equals 10 and 3B equals 9. So A has to be 2 and B has to be 3. So it's 2 and 3. And the 2 has to be the one with 5 copies. So we're going to get our first 2 digits in the grid. Our first 2 digits and their 2's. Now, we can probably do the same thing with the 17 because, yep, it's the exact same. It's 5 and 3. Well, it's 4 and 4 or 5 and 3. So let's see. 4 and 4. But yeah, 17 doesn't divide by 4 evenly. So it's got to be 5 and 3. Let's call them C and D this time. So we've got 5 C's and 3 D's. 15 would leave 2 to get to 17. 3B can't equal 2. 10 would have 7. No, so 5 and 12. So this time C, there's 5 C's, and those are 1s. So these are 1s. And then these are 1 and, what was it? 3B equals 12, right? So B is 4. So these are 1 and 4. All right. Now these circles are looking interesting. You've got, what's the minimum we can do? 1 and 2. Oh, and look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the box already. So this is a minimum of 5, so which makes this 8 or 9. So this is 5 or 6, because we can't use a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the center. So it has to be at least 5. 5, 2, and 1 would be the minimums, which is 8. And it's going to be the same on these. Now, it's tempting to say these are going to be the same because they, we have to repeat digits on the diagonals, but not necessarily, because if this was a 9 and this was an 8, you could put a 9 there and you'd still be, and an 8 here, you'd still be repeating digits. And likewise, these don't necessarily have to be the same. But if one, let's say this is a 5. If this isn't a 5, you have to have a 5 on those, somewhere in one of those 2 cells. So what can we do now? I mean, whatever one is here is going to have to... Oh, that's interesting. So 8 or 9 here rules that if whatever digit that is, it can't be there. So it's going to have to be over here, which means these two are different. It doesn't necessarily mean these two are different, though. But these two are different. One's 8 and one's 9. We know that, which kind of makes sense because if these were the same, you'd have to have that digit in the middle, and none of those can be an 8 or a 9. But it doesn't tell us anything about these two, unfortunately. If we knew these had to be different, then we'd be getting somewhere because we would know 8 and 9 had to be repeated along this diagonal. The 1, 4 here. So with a 5, you got to have 1, 4 or 2, 3. We can't put 1 and 4. Well, we can't put 1 and 4 in there because of that, but also because of the 1 there. So these are a 2, 3. And the 2 there gives us the order. Ooh, whoa. Hitting the wrong buttons. Gives us the order of those. And that 2 is going to give us those. And What about down here? Can we do the same thing? 2, 3. Yep, so these are 1 and 4. Because it can't be 2 and 3 or you wouldn't have anything to put in this cell. But that doesn't do as much for us because, I mean, we have 1, 4 pairs here, so we know 1 and 4 are over here. And the 1 has to be up here. The 4 could be in any of those. Ones. What about this X? What could it be? So, right here, this one can't be 1 or 4 or 2. Could be 3, though, with 7. If we knew more about what this was. Because right now, I feel like this could be 2, 8 with 9, 3, 5, 1. Yep. You have to be this direction, though. No, this can't be 2, 8. Because look, there's 2s that see both of these. So it can't be 2, 8. Could it be 1, 9? It can't be 1, 9. Because look, there's a 1 there, and there's a 1 in this box. So it can't be 1, 9 or 2, 8. So it's 3, 7. Could it be 4, 6? Can't put a 4 here. So it would have to be 4, 6 this way. If this was 4, 6, this would have to be 1, 5. Yep, and then you could have a 2 or a 3 to get to 8 or 9. So this could be 4, 6 or 3, 7. Okay. Well, that's something. 3, 3. We know there's a 3 down here. I feel like, is there anything else we can do? I mean, we've used all the clues now, right? Oh, the 3 here. The 3 here means this can't be a 6 anymore. That's a 5 and a 1 and 9. Getting the 3 on there, because the only way you can have a 6 is with 1 and 2. So this is a 4. And now, does that give us anything down here? Nope, it doesn't. But we know there's... the 1 is now up here. Because of these ones, put it in the top row, and these ones, force it over there. There's also a 1 down here, which can't be in the bottom, so it's got to be in one of those 2. The 2, look at this, 2, there has to be a 2 up here. Now, 2, so there's 2s in here, yeah. Don't know that that's going to do anything for us. But we know there's a 5, so there has to be a 5 somewhere in these cells as well. It doesn't have to necessarily be on here, though. And we know these 2 are different, but unfortunately this is the circle that we got. So there's a 9 in one of these. There's definitely a 9 in one of these 2. But it could be in either one of these. If it's here, then this is a 9. If it's there, this is an 8. So, if this is 9... If this is 9, this is an 8, which is interesting because that puts an 8 there and an 8 there. But that works. Unfortunately. Right. Yeah. That still works, I think. So, and I don't think we can say, because I'd like to say this can't be a 9, but that's not true either, because you could put 9s here and up here. I mean, you could have 9s on, because we have a 9 definitely repeated on this diagonal. But I feel like we can't say for sure that they're not repeated on the other diagonal as well. What about, can we do anything with 4s? There's 4s down here. We know that you can't put a 4 on this diagonal. Because once there's whatever digit is on here with the 9 has to be right there. Or there. One of those two. And so if a 4 was on that diagonal, it would have to be right there, and that would break that. So 4 can't be in here. It also can't be on that. So that one of these is a 4. Which goes with these 4s. Which puts a 4 up there. But I'm not sure what that does. 4s also... There's 4s... 4 over here. Actually, there's a 4 right here, isn't there? Because there's no 4 down here. There's no 4 there. So there's a 4 in there. There's a 4 up here. There's a 4 up there. One of these two is a 4. Alright. Don't think that's getting us anywhere. Three down here. 2. Oh, yeah, we already have 2 and 3 in there anyways. Okay, so... What do we need to do? There's something that we need to be seeing here. Okay, these are 6, 7, 8, and 9. Whatever digit is there... This is a 9. Then these digits are the same. Should have to be one of those digits. Okay, so if this was 6, 2, 1, I'm just wondering, could this be a 6? It would force a 2 and a 1. Which would put a 2 down here. Okay, if we put a 6 here, it makes 2 and 1 and 9, right? It gives us 9. It also puts a 2 down here, which makes this one a 3, which then makes that one 9. So we can't put a 6 in here. This is a 5. Which then means this can't be 4. But it still doesn't tell us if this is 8 or 9, but we get the 1 and the 4 here. And now that 4 means that's not 4. This has to be a 4. Gives us 4 and 6. There's 4 down here. This is not 1, so 1 is up here. Now, if this is... Can this one be 6? If this is 6, again, 2, 1, 9. This would be 8, so this would be 2. So if this is 6, it makes both of those 2. Right, but again, if this is 2, it puts a 2 down here. So yeah, it's the same problem. So this one can't be 6. This is also 5, which gives us a 1 and a 4. We still don't know which one of these is 8, 9. But what we do know, we do know this is 4 and 1. And the important thing now is these have to be different, and so these have to be different. And I think... Is that going to do anything for us? Maybe it won't. I feel like that's going to be helpful. These have to be different, which also means that these are different then, right? So these two, let's highlight these. These two are the same, and these two are the same, because these two have to be different. And so now this can't be a 2 or a 3. We know there's a 3 over here. This one can't be a 2 or a 3. So this is 7, 8, or 9. Maybe that's not going to be as helpful as I thought. These also cannot be 2s or 3s. So the 2 has to be in one of these, because 2s are already ruled out of these by those 2s, and they can't be here because these see yellow and blue. So these are 2s. Now the 3 can't be here or in these. But it can be in the top row, can't it? So these aren't a 2-3 pair. If the yellow is 3, that puts a 3 up there. If the blue is 3, that puts a 3 over here. Okay, we know the 3 down here has to be this way. So this can't be 3. These can't be 3. The 3 has to be in this top row here. There's a 5 down here. 5 over here. One of these is a 5. Ah, 5 in here. Look, where can 5 go in this box? The 5's here. Force a 5 into row 6. So now we can say there's a 5 up here. Very nice. There's a 5 over there. 5 here puts a 5 down there. Can we do... Oh, but there's all of these still work for 5, don't they? Okay, so we know these are different. We know these are different. So we have 2s here. So if these, just going off the 2s, this would be the blue 2, that would be yellow if they were 2s. And 2s down here are in these. So again, this would be blue, this would be yellow. I feel like we should be able to get something from this. The 3 isn't limited the same way though, unfortunately. All right, if yellow is 3, it's down here. If blue is 3, then this is the blue 3. What am I not seeing here? 4s have to be here. 4s are up here. Okay, so we know. What do we know? What do we know? These 2 are different. These 2 are different. So this can't be a 2 or a 3. Can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay? This one can't be a 2 or a 3. Can't be a 1. But it can be a 4, unfortunately. It can't be a 5. So 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 4 is... Oh, this can't be 4. Look at this. This 4 right here is looking at it. This is a 4. So one of these is 4. And the 4 is here. All right, that doesn't break anything open, but it gives us something. These 4s are in here. So these are 6, 7, or 8. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that gives us a 6. Look at this. 6, 7, 8. This is a 9 because this is from 6, 7, 8, or 9. We have a 6, 7, 8 triple. That's a 9. So there's a 1 up here, just normal Sudoku that I probably could have done a long time ago. So this is a 2 or a 3. And the other one, oh, this could still be a 3 up here, though. So we can't make that a 2-3 pair, which is what I'd like to do. Okay, so 5. These are 6, 7, 8, or 9. These are 6, 7, 8, or 9. 4 is up here. 6, 7. So this has to also be 6, 7. Oop, oh, I didn't mean to do that. 6, 7, or 8, because it's got to be the same as one of these digits, and it can't be a 9. Oh, this can't be a 9. Right, so this is 9. Now we get our arrow, because we have to repeat a 9 in one of these two, and it can't be right there because of that 9. So this is a 9. And now we're going to get the 3 and the 2, and that's going to give us, this is now an 8, so this is 2 and 3. This is 2. The 3 can be in either one of those, but that's okay. We know the 2 has to be in the yellow, so it goes down here. Let's get rid of those blue colors. This is not a 2. This is not a 2. Now the 3 can't be there. All right, so this could be, okay, these are not 9. So the 9 could be there. These are not 9. But this doesn't necessarily have to be a 9. It could be this digit. It could be the same as those digits. But there's a 9 up here. So we could still repeat 9s on this middle diagonal. These are 6, 7, 8, and 9. These two can't be 6. So if this were a 6, that would have to be a 9. Okay, so we've used the arrows, we've used the X's and V's. So it's just down to normal Sudoku and this repeating on the diagonal rule. Oh, these are not 3s. Here. So that gives us the 3 in the middle here, which, yeah, that puts 3s up here still, and here. And 3s. There's 3s up here, and there. It's not very helpful. We need to figure out the 6, 7, 8, 9 thing, I think. So let's think about this. This is either a 9 or that digit. As is this one. If this is not a 9, then there's a 9 there, and we have to repeat the 9s on the diagonals, which then makes these two the same digit. And if we're repeating a 9 on the diagonal, these 3 actually are all the same digit. Is that a problem, though? Oh, well, we can do a little bit better. Look at this. These are not 8. Just normal Sudoku stuff. This is not 8. So this is actually a 7, 9 pair here. So this is 3, 5, and 8. So these are not 8. That's interesting. So there's an 8 down here. 3, 5, 8. This one's not 3. This one's not 5. This is 6 or 6, 7. Look at this. We get a 6, 7 pair because of these 9s. So we get a 9 there. This is not 9. Okay, there's not a 9 on this diagonal then. So this is not 9. That gives us that 9. These are not 9. But we could still put it in either of these two places. So Can't quite put a 9 there yet, but these could still be 6 or so. So one of them is a 6 or a 7. But the other one could be anything still. These two are the same digit, which has to be there, doesn't it? That's interesting. So that digit is repeated on both diagonals. So these are the same digit. This one has to be on this diagonal up here, and it can't be in this row 3, column 3. So it actually has to be the same as that one. It also has to be down here, but we don't know. And so that tells us, though, since these are all the same, this one cannot be the same, so it has to be the 9. Very nice. So what do we have left for 9s? We have here, there's a 9 down here, and so those, yeah. Um, 6, 2. These are 3, 5, 7, or 8. And this one can't be 3 or 5, so that gives us a 7, 8 pair. This is a 3 or a 5. This is not an 8. 3, 5. So knowing that these are the same, that tells us that these two are the same. Because the red digit has to be repeated on the diagonal. The 5 is repeated here. This one also has to be repeated. It has to be there. Those have to be 7s. Very nice. That was cool. I like that. This is not a 7. So this is not a 7. It gives us a 6, 8 pair. Gives us a 7 there, 6 there. And now that we have the 6 also has to be repeated on the diagonal. So we know the red digit is a 6. And this has to be the 7 to repeat. This is 8. And now I think things are going to unwind. 7, 8 pair gives us a 6 there. These are 3 and 5 and 9. This one is not 3. That one's not 5. The 7 there gives us 8, 7. It's going to give us the 8 and the 7 over here. This is an 8 because of that 6. We have 5 left in the column. We have 6 left in the row. The 7 there gives us the 9 and the 7. This is an 8, 5, 9, 3, 5, 3, 8. Now we just have to fill in the rest of the grid. These are 7 and 8. And we actually don't know which one is which yet. These are 3, 4, and 5. This one's not 3 or 5. 3, 5. We still don't know which ones, how those go either. Interesting. All right, this is not 4 or 9. So we have 6, 7, and 8. This can't be a 7. 6 and 8 here gives us the 7. 8, 7, 6. These are 3 and 4. And the 4 over here is going to give us the order of those. And then that will give us the 3, 5. We need an 8 to finish the row. And the final digit in the grid is a 5. There we go. All right, that was Toplets by Directionary. And that was a cool idea. It was neat. At first, it almost felt like it was, those first 2 diagonals, it was like, well, you just do simple algebra. And it was almost too easy to figure out, I guess. And I thought, oh, this is going to be simple. But then it got a little bit tricky after that, trying to do. It was really interesting how the repeats, we could label these red ones, which forced these two to be the same. And one was a 6, 7, and one was a 7, 8. So the only one they had in common was the 7. It was just interesting how that worked out. That was cool. I like that. And this having the arrows be different, and so these were different, and yeah. That was neat. Cool. All right, so that was Toplets. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you thought, how you did with it. I thought it was fun. And I'll see you again soon with another puzzle. Thanks. Bye.